The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Kantaras Law.
With summer break in full swing now, parental custody can be a tricky thing to navigate. Joining us with expert advice for a smooth summer custody plan are attorneys Dean Kantaras and Stephanie Cavill with Kantaras Law. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Dean, I want to start with you. During the summer, what's the most common mistake that divorced or even separated parents can make when it comes to the custody schedules?
Waiting too long to clear up which 2-week period or 3-week period they're going to take for vacation. If they wait too long, then we can't get in front of the court to correct the issue or to establish what it's supposed to be, which creates more emergencies or other issues when people are buying tickets to fly and they got to exchange itineraries by a certain time. That's usually the issue. They wait too long.
Gotcha. And Stephanie, when it comes to what happens specifically here in the Sunshine State in Florida, do the legalities normally account for special circumstances over the summer, or is that something that needs to be specifically outlined in advance?
So our parenting plan form has a provision for summertime sharing, all the school breaks, but if you're speaking about summer in particular, the parents can carve out specific time for each other. They can choose to follow the regular schedule. They can choose to carve out certain weeks for themselves. They can split the summer half and half. The best idea is to set it out when you're actually doing your parenting plan, and that way you can be specific and you can plan ahead so that you don't wait until the last minute and try to figure out your plans before it's too late.
Gotcha. And Dean, a lot of people are eyeing summer vacations and trips while the kids are out of school. I want to know, does one parent have to let the other one know if they're planning an international trip during their time?
Well, no, most times the parenting plan provides for that circumstance. That circumstance would require an exchange of itineraries and permission to travel out of the country. There are certain parameters like what countries they're going to go to. They have to be members, for instance, of the Hague Convention, so that if there's an issue with custody and the parent stays in that country, that it can be enforced to get the child back. Some countries are not, so it's not recommended to travel to those countries, obviously. But as long as everything's planned out ahead in the parenting plan, an itinerary needs to be exchanged, and then approval, and then they can take their trips.
Okay, and let's talk about if things go south, and I don't mean traveling, but if it just goes in the wrong direction, Stephanie, how soon can a parent get before a judge if there is a dispute about the schedule?
It depends on how emergent the circumstance is, right? If a parent, for example, takes the child without permission to a country that's maybe not a signatory to the Hague Convention, and maybe there's some emergent circumstances, they might be able to get in front of a judge sooner than maybe a parent who just can't agree with a summer plan with their other parent. In that case, it's not an emergency and you could be waiting weeks or months to get in front of a judge. So for example, if you haven't set out your summer schedule yet and designated your time, there's a chance you're not going to get in front of a judge before the end of this summer.
What if someone wants to make a change to those plans? Can parents do that without going through the legal process if they just want to make a swap or an adjustment, Dean?
Yeah, well, they can do it. They have to do it in writing, right? And then they might need to get to an attorney. If it's a permanent change, they need to get it in writing and then get an order entered by the court to make it so in the future it can happen if it's going to happen every single summer. If it's a temporary change, many times they can just exchange messages through our family wizard or some other method of communicating where they're both on notice specifically of what the change is.
A lot of little details to consider there.
Yeah.
Dean, Stephanie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, all right. And for more information, you can visit KantarasLaw.com or call the number on your screen. It's 813-755-4300. Daytime will be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Kantaras Law.